What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. I forgot my goddamn glasses. I forgot my damn glasses. Oh my god. Whatever. Ugh. I am not going back. I refuse. I'm already late. Ugh. Oh my god. I forgot both pairs of glasses. I have 2 pairs, and I forgot both. And I'm cold. So what's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. Go ahead and like and subscribe and comment. I don't even know. Wait, what are we talking about? Okay. It's dark. What the fuck? I don't want to go back from. I've driven too far already. I've driven too far already. I'm not going to get them. I'm sleepy. Should stay home today. This is some bullshit. So what else? What's going on, y'all? Well, I wanted to talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey, episode 4. I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop New York last night. I'll watch it tonight or today or to later. And something else I missed. I feel like I missed something else. Real House. Oh, and the Orange County reunion part 2. So I got to get those to you. But this is Real Housewives of New Jersey, episode 4, season 9 of episode 4. So they're still in Oklahoma, and Melissa told Joe. Oh, Melissa went and told Joe what happened to her and Teresa, and he's upset. I really think, I don't know, like, somebody in the comments was saying that Giudice said something to Joe Gorga, the older Joe, the dad, and that made him mad at Joe, his son, and didn't talk to his son for a while. So I think, because Joe, he said in an interview, I always thought it was Joe telling my dad shit, and it's been Teresa. I just think the whole thing doesn't make sense. I don't know why they just don't say, I will make more time to spend. It wouldn't be an issue if Joe spent time with his father. Period. He thinks that he spends time with his father. He thinks the time that he spends with his father is suffice. Obviously, his father doesn't think so. I don't think that Teresa's egging the father on. I do believe that Teresa has some kind of jealousy towards Melissa and Joe's relationship. I believe that Teresa Teresa looks at her brother and sees that her brother is successful, and then she sees him being successful with this woman that she does not like. That is the reason why there's always this tiff between Melissa and Teresa, because I'm trying to figure out what Melissa did to Teresa. And I just believe that you're married to my brother is successful, my husband is the one that taught my brother to do what he's doing, the thing that he's successful at, and here's this woman that I don't particularly care for, and she's benefiting from all of this stuff. I think that that's her problem with Melissa. I think it's just downright jealousy. Teresa's behavior and Joe's behavior is a little unreasonable and illogical. I don't think either of them make sense. I think both of them want to blame each other, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't be nobody to blame if you go and visit your dad, and that's it. And listen to what your dad is saying and not what Teresa is saying, because you believe that your dad or Teresa is putting something in your head and putting something in your dad's head, and he's telling you himself that he wants to see you more. Every 2 weeks is not enough, but he doesn't understand that you have to work. So there's going to be a little time that you're going to have a real conversation, and not like overlook and laugh it off and sidestep it and brush it under the table, and then just focus on Teresa, who is telling the father, or who is listening to the father, Gia, who's listening to the grandfather, that you're not coming to see him. I think it's weird the way that they continue to go about this and to approach it. They're both approaching it wrong. Teresa and Joe, both wrong. Melissa goes to talk to Teresa so that when they go to dinner, there's no tension. I just want to talk to you. I don't know when you're ever going to accept me as family, as your sister. I don't know what I have to do. I just want to make sure that we're okay. I don't want any tension. I don't want to make anybody feel comfortable at dinner. All right. So Jennifer's next. Jennifer now she's Turkish. I thought I said Pakistani the other day, but she's Turkish. And she brags a lot. And that they're complaining or taking notice that she's bragging a lot, right? About things that all of them have, which makes her bragging seem kind of odd. Like, who are you bragging for? I believe that Jennifer behaved in the way that she did. It was off. I'm not excusing her behavior. I believe Margaret was right. Your behavior is socially inappropriate. You're talking about this woman's home. You're talking about different things to kind of one-up her. You're saying negative things about living in this town. And just like little things that you're saying is not, you're not being polite. And I believe that she's bragging so much is because she's never around adults. I believe that her being around kids all the time has made her, she don't know how to act or when she gets around adults. And she's a little excited, so she's drinking. I don't have to watch any kids. So whatever you're drinking, that's some truth serum. So whatever you're saying, I believe like she believes everything that she was saying about her home, bragging about her home. I believe all of that. But I believe it's inappropriate to do all of those things. But I believe that her behavior comes from not being around adults. You always around children. You want to fit in, and you want to tell these women, I have this, this, and this, like you, but it comes off like you're bragging. And you're bragging to a bunch of women who have just as much as you. Just as much, who have all, lived great lives and have, means to live a comfortable, semi-comfortable life. And I believe that that's what her problem is. So they play a game, 2 truths and a lie. They're sitting at dinner, and they're 2 truths and a lie. Their game, it was really cute. And that's stupid. I'm gonna be late. I already know it. I left too late. I left 10 minutes too late. So they seemed like they had a lot of fun at dinner, and that was cute. Melissa, Jackie, and Margaret were talking the next morning in the room and saying that Jennifer is pretentious. She is. I mean, it's like I said, she is. And it's like, why are you talking about these things, but you don't know how to act? You need to be around more adults so that you know that we don't do this. None of us do this. None of us here do this. So, it's unnecessary. Jennifer is FaceTiming her family. Her daughter is crying. The way that her daughter was crying and saying that she can't sleep without her and stuff like that, that made me so uncomfortable. Not for Jennifer, but for like the child, like how maybe you need to not be around so much. Like maybe you do need to go out more, because your daughter is saying that she can't sleep without you. The daughter looked like she was about between, I couldn't tell. Like I don't even remember the little girl when she was running around. So I can't tell. She's about 8, maybe 8 or 9. Looks like 7, 8 or 9. That's how she looked. But you can't sleep. What? And she's crying like somebody beat her ass. And I'm like, why? What is wrong with this little girl? You need to be away more, Jennifer. What are you doing? You need to be away more, because if your child is acting like that and you're only gone for 2 days, that's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. I was like, ugh, that little girl, all that hollering and screaming, I can't sleep without you. No, honey. Crying and all that shit, no. So they're saying that she's a one-upper. And Melissa's trying to be nice, and she was like, you know, I really feel like, just based on the dinner last night, that she is a fun girl and she wants to do fun things, and she's probably, you know, down to earth, because anybody who tells you that they accidentally, well, they shitted on themselves, that's like a cool person. They're willing to open up and tell some shit, you know, tell some things like that about themselves. And you know, Melissa's trying to be optimistic about her behavior. And I agree with Melissa. Like, I think she's just really trying to fit in. And she, I guess, believes that fitting in comes with talking about the things that you have, all this material shit. And she's just trying to share. Anyways, so they go to breakfast, and Margaret is talking about how she's known Polly, I think her name was, the lady who was hosting, for 20 years, and how they're really, really good friends. And they really seem like they're really, really good friends. And they're going to do a cow show. And Teresa's face, she was in the kitchen like, I'm not doing no motherfucking cow show where they're walking cows and showing them like a what do you call it? Like a beauty pageant for the cows. So they got to go brush the cows and get them ready for the beauty pageant. And then they got to walk the cows in a circle. They're in Oklahoma, so, you know, do what the Oklahomans do. Is that what they call them? Oklahomians? So Teresa was looking like, I'm not doing it, but everybody seems like they're game to do it, to participate at least, and do the cow show. So Joe Gorga is out with his father and his mother-in-law, and I don't know why they're going out for pizza. I was like, why are they going out for pizza? Are they at an Italian restaurant? I was like, wait a minute. Are they at an Italian restaurant? Why are they at an Italian restaurant? These Italians sitting at the... Now, let me tell you something. If you see some Italians in a pizza place, that's where you want to fucking go. You understand me? I always say this. If I go to a Mexican restaurant and I don't see nothing but white people in there, I don't want none of the food. I don't want nothing, because y'all think something is good in here, and I know it's not. It probably don't have no flavor. It's probably not spicy enough. All of that shit. If I see a bunch of Mexicans in line at a Mexican restaurant, I'm going. That's where I'm going. This obviously good. Okay. If Italians is going into an Italian restaurant or a pizza place, that's the pizza place you want to go to. Obviously, the pizza is good. I'm just saying. If you see a bunch of niggas at a soul food restaurant, that's the soul food restaurant you want to go to. If I see a soul food restaurant, it's a bunch of white people in line, no thank you. And that's just it. And that's it. I don't care what y'all say. That's it. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Now, if I see a goddamn hamburger place with a bunch of white people standing in line, then I might go over there. That's it. I was like, why are they at this restaurant with this eating pizza? That was so funny to me. So they were sitting down eating or whatever. Wait, I skipped over a lot of parts. Sorry, let me go back. Joe and Margaret Senior. Margaret Senior. Margaret's Senior, that's Margaret's mother, and her husband Joe, and he's taking care of her. She's recovering from her facelift, and he's running around doing everything for her. That man is nice. That man was really nice, and he was really catering to that lady, making her food, bringing her food and stuff. Then he was rubbing her dirty ass feet. The bottom of her feet looked like she had walked through tar, honey. I was like, why is he rubbing her feet? You're gonna have to put some socks on or go wash your goddamn feet. Why don't you have any socks on in this house? And why is your floor, they probably have hardwood floors. I couldn't tell, I couldn't see, I didn't even pay that much attention. But, you know, hardwood floors get dusty. You need to wear socks. I'm not rubbing your feet. The bottom of her feet looked like she walked 13 miles in dirt. I mean, just like dirty. It looked like dirty. And he was rubbing her toes. Rubbing her feet. That's his mother-in-law. He is a good son-in-law. Cause I was like, ooh, no, ma'am. I am not rubbing your dirty ass feet. Anyway, so they on the way to the car show, and they sitting in this, you know, like little transit, little van that they're going to the cow show. Did I say car show? The cow show. And Jennifer is talking, all these people running red lights. Look, he about to hit the back of that car. All these people running red lights. That's crazy. Y'all crazy. Jennifer is, you know, bragging about how many bedrooms she has and bathrooms she has, and that it's not easy to go down after you've come up, is what she said, which is kind of like, which is so weird, because why would you say something like that? It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't feel like she's new money, but that's how she's talking. Like she's new money. Like you don't know how to act, and you don't know how to talk about the things that you have, or not talk about the things that you have, because you know that everybody sitting here, they're really your equal. All of these women here are your peers, and you're over here bragging about the things that you have. They all have it, all of them. Even Teresa was like, oh, I have that, oh, I have that, you know, like letting her know, bitch, your shit is not that special. I don't know, I can see how it's coming off, but I'm telling you, she needs to be around adults more, because you're not doing it right. You don't know how to adult. You just don't. And Dolores tells her, God has a funny way of humbling people. You better watch. You better be mindful. Be careful of how you speak, because God has a funny way of humbling your ass. And all of them motherfuckers on that show have been humbled in some way, especially Teresa Giudice. She been humbled the most. Take your ass to jail. Period. Take your motherfucking ass to jail. That's it. And Jackie, so they do the car show, and Jackie ends up winning the cow show. She ends up winning. They brushing the cows and all this other stuff, and Melissa's sitting up there in a denim dress. I was just like, this is a mess. But yeah, Jennifer and her husband invite. Oh, so Jennifer gets on the phone with her husband and says she wants to invite the women over, because she feels like Dolores and Margaret are kind of like, you know, kind of standoffish towards her, and she wants to invite them to their house. So I guess so she can brag. I don't know what the, I don't know if she wants to, like, because when she said it to them, when she invited them, after her husband says, yeah, that's fine, they can come, like, you know, invite them over, she says, you know, I want you to see everything that I've been talking about. And then they're just looking like, girl, okay, and I have this, and I have that, and I have this, and they're so annoyed with her, just like, shut up right now. And when she go, and I think she realizes it, because in her interviews, she seems like she's kind of aware of how she's coming off, right? And how she seems to them. And so she's inviting them so that they can get to know her a little better. It's a good gesture to do. Let me invite you to my home so I can, you know, let you know that I want to, you know, welcome you into my world. So we'll see how that goes. And she's telling her husband, we'll do this and we'll do that. And I imagine that she's going to go all the way the fuck out so that she can, you know, show off. I believe that that's what's going to happen. Yeah, so Joe and Teresa, Joe Gorga, Melissa's mother and his father and their children go out for pizza. And they're sitting down having pizza. And Big Joe, the dad, says to Joe, you know, since your wife is not here, now you want to spend time with me. And he's like, no, I spend time with you. Like that, saying, no, I spend time with you. All you got to do is say, yeah, you know, I'm spending time with you now. That's the perfect time. Joe's like not wanting to talk about it. I think he doesn't want to talk about it because he's going to get upset. And I think Melissa is the one that keeps saying, like, stop saying shit about it. He's going to blow up. Stop talking about it. And I think that's part of the reasons why he keeps, like, brushing it off. But is when you're brushing it off, your dad is feeling like you're just pushing him to the side. And that's not cool. Like, it's just not cool. So, I thought it was funny that they were at the damn Italian restaurant. I just thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny. I was like, well, why are they here? Why you just still make pizza at home? I mean, I guess sometimes you want to go out, you don't feel like cooking. And Joe's not going to cook. And Joe's mother, Melissa's mother is probably not going to cook. So let's go out and eat. And then we'll come back and watch movies and stuff like that and spend time. I thought that was cute. I thought them being out was cute. I thought that whole little scene was cute. But the father did say, you don't visit me. Last time I saw you was 2 weeks ago. He's like, no, I'm busy, this and that. Just stop dismissing what he's saying and listen to what he's saying and try and make the changes so that he's comfortable. If you really care about making him comfortable, then do it. Joe keeps blaming Teresa. I don't know why they keep blaming each other. I mean, I guess that's normal. They're siblings, so whatever. So they go to this Cowboys party. They're back in Oklahoma, and they're in this tent, and they're playing music, and they're line dancing, and they're drinking, and they're having a good time and whatever. And they're having drinks, and then Jennifer's making comments like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm drinking alcohol out of a red Solo cup or champagne or wine or some shit," she said. And they're just like, "Okay, girl, you are on a motherfucking farm. It's windy as fuck out here. What do you want?" Like, I find it pretentious too, and I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt in terms of somebody who's always around children and not around adults. But I'm annoyed at this point. Like, with your comments, you're saying little comments about your environment, and in this, at that same time, yeah, you can be blunt and you can be upfront and you can be honest, but then you can be mean and you can be rude in that as well. And telling somebody, like, making comments about this lady, you know, being accommodating to you or trying to be accommodating to you, and you just saying snide shit the whole time. Like, I mean, they could have played different kind of music. Bitch, you're on a farm. What the fuck do you want them to fucking play? Like, they're not playing Drake out here, bitch. We playing the goddamn Rascal Flats, okay? We're playing the Eagles, my nigga. Like, we're playing some fucking white people music. I know you Turkish or whatever, and you're hip or whatever, and you want, how old is she, 40? How old is her? How old is that girl? How old is her? How old is Jennifer? I'm sleepy. Anyway, so they're having a good time. Jennifer is just excited to be around adults. That's what I put. She's just too excited. But you're doing it in the wrong way. And do you have friends? Like, do they tell you, girl, shut up? Melissa calls Joe, and Teresa's not happy. She tells Joe, she goes in. Now, this is what. Melissa goes outside and is on the phone with Joe. And Joe is showing her that my dad is with me and your mom is with me. We're having a good time. We're sitting here watching movies and this and that. So Melissa comes back in from talking on the phone with Joe, and Teresa's there. And she tells Teresa, I just got off the phone with Joe. He's with my mom and your dad, and they're sitting there watching movies. And she's like trying to make light of it, but Teresa's like this the whole time. Like, bitch, I don't care. Like, I wish. And then Teresa's like, well, when I'm not there, now he wants to spend time with dad. When I'm not there, it will help me a lot if he was with dad when I'm home, because it would help me. This is the same thing. Where are your kids, Teresa, while you in Oklahoma? Who's helping you right now? Because your kids weren't with Joe. So who's helping you to where you need so much help when your dad is there, and it's a problem that Joe takes him out when you're not there? So would you rather your dad be sitting there by himself, completely by himself, and wait for you to get home so that when Joe can come over to help you? No, it don't work like that, girl. Are you crazy? I was like, Teresa, shut up. Your rationale is fucked up. It's illogical. That's why I think something is wrong with that girl. Like, what? Your brother is out with his father. You don't like that he's out with your father when you're not there, because you want him to go out with your father when you're there to help you with the load. But you're in Oklahoma. Your kids are nowhere around. So do you really need help? Because where are your motherfucking kids? Where are they when you out in Oklahoma? Because your brother had your dad and his mother-in-law and his children. Where are your motherfucking kids at? If you need so much help, why don't he have the kids now? Like, the rationale is off. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong, but Teresa's dumb. Like, your ass is fucking dumb. You're dumb because it doesn't make sense to say that and then to have an attitude about it. Your father complains that your brother doesn't spend enough time with him. He's with your brother now. but you don't like it because your brother is not with him when you're home in order to help you with the load. I don't get it. I don't get it. Can y'all help me understand? Because I just don't fucking understand where she's coming from with that. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And Teresa just looking at her like, bitch, I don't care. I want him to be there when I'm there so he can help me. You're not satisfied. You want something to complain about. And if Melissa, you just don't like Melissa either. So anything she tell you, she's trying to be cool with you. If I was Melissa, I would just treat Teresa with a long handled spoon. That's it. Because you're not gonna like me. You don't like me. I'm tired of kissing your ass and trying to make you like me. I'm fucking done with that. If I was Melissa, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm not doing that. I'm not kissing your ass, bitch. I'm not doing it. This is the way family's supposed to do in tradition. And shut the fuck up. Shut up. Because I'm your brother's wife, and you're not accepting me. You haven't accepted me, and they've been married for damn near 10 years. She's not gonna ever accept you. Fuck that bitch. Fuck her. That's it. Hey, Teresa girl, that's it. Don't stop trying to be Teresa's sister. Stop it. She don't want you as her sister. She don't want you. They're sitting down eating at the buffet. They got a buffet of food. It didn't look appetizing, to say the least. Probably didn't have no flavor. It just looked a mess. The food looked a mess. It didn't look good at all. Jennifer and Melissa are drinking a lot. Melissa's happy that she has a drinking partner, but Jennifer is drinking too much. She's becoming belligerent. Would you guys ever think about moving to Oklahoma? She goes, no, just loud and rude, like. And then even Polly at this time, the lady who's the host, she's now more aware of the girl's behavior. Melissa, I'm all over the place, child, because I'm sleepy as fuck. Polly, they telling Polly, you could stay with me and this and that. And Polly's like, thank you. And Polly has really been hospitable to them. She made sure everything was okay. She made sure that they were fine. And, you know, Jennifer's just complaining like, I'm not used to this and this and that. And bitch, you're not supposed, that's the point of getting outside of your home, is going to have experiences that you wouldn't have otherwise. And that's the point. Go to Oklahoma, go fucking shoot guns and go fishing and dress some cows up for a goddamn cow fashion show. Do some shit you never done before. That's the point. You sitting here complaining the whole time about it's hard to go down. Like, you're saying that this is down compared to what you have. And this woman is very successful in what she does. So I don't know. I want some coffee. I just looked over and that lady was drinking coffee. I want some coffee. They're back at the house. They're talking about the country music. Jennifer, the one who's bragging about everything, she was like, oh my God, it was such a snore. It was such a snore. All that music, it was so snore. I couldn't even believe it. They didn't even play any of the right music. They could have played something else. Polly is looking like, bitch, what are you talking about? We are in Oklahoma. What do you want to hear? They could have played some house. That bitch said they could have played some house music. In the middle of Oklahoma, on a goddamn ranch, under a white tent, with some niggas on a banjo and some drums and a motherfucking buffet of some flavorless food, and you want them to play some goddamn house music. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Polly says, you know what? You've been rude. I've been trying to be hospitable. Polly was like, I'm done. I'm tired of it. You've been rude. What you're saying is very rude. The things you're saying is very rude. And then Margaret says, you know, my friend has went out of her way. Now she's sticking up for her friend now, because now you're talking about my friend's home. You're talking about the things that she's done to make us feel comfortable. Now I have a problem. And what you're doing is socially inappropriate. I said, come on, Margaret, you better let that bitch know. I looked up all their signs. And remember I told you I feel like Margaret is an energy vamp. She's an Aries. Melissa is an Aries. I think Aries, she's on the cusp. Joe is a Leo. Dolores, what was Dolores? I forgot. I have them all written down at work. I forgot. But Margaret is an Aries. It's a few Aries on that thing, in that group. So that comes with, you know, a lot of like, it's a lot of bumping heads, because, you know. But I like Margaret, but I will only be able to take Margaret in doses. The reason why I like Margaret is because she's smart, like she's quick. Like I love someone who is quick, like with comebacks. with responses, everything. I love it. 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 That's what I love. I like about her, but she's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, okay, thanks. You're great. You're a great person, but it's too much. So she tells her you're socially inappropriate. She tells her you have the worst manners. I said, come on, lady. That is what the fuck I'm talking about. When somebody's doing some foul shit, there's nothing like correcting them right in the fucking moment. That's it. You're socially inappropriate. The things that you're saying, you just don't do. You have the worst manners. But she's telling her, not in an aggressive tone. She's not in her face. She's sitting down and she's just telling her, you have the worst manners. I don't even know anybody who talks to anybody like that. You're socially and you're saying things. My friend has invited us to her home and you're saying these things. And then she says, Polly tells her she has the worst manners too. And she says, okay, I do. And so what are you going to do about it? I said, oh, okay, bitch. Oh, she's drunk, remember. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Okay, so, but then she realizes and she apologized. It's not my intention to be rude. It's not my intention to not. I am thankful that you did welcome me into your home. I appreciate it. My intention was not to come off rude and this and that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, she seems like she was aware and she did like take accountability and then apologize for it. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna go sleep out in the trailer, because they had like an extra trailer outside. And she was like, I'm going to sleep out in the trailer for that. So she goes but she tells her, she felt like she was being insulted. This is Jennifer, the rude bitch, when they were telling her she had bad manners. She was like, I don't feel like I have bad manners. I don't feel like I do. And I'm insulted. And she was like, bitch, how you're insulting everybody here and somebody is correcting your behavior, and now all of a sudden you feel like somebody is insulting you? Girl, no, that's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. And so she self-corrects. She goes into the trailer, and that was into that. That was it. I don't remember anything else. I'm tired of talking. I'll talk to y'all later.